And I went, Carl Bisbal.
He's dead.
Okay, so.
Okay, yeah, let's get into this.
The Villisca axe murder happened June 10th of 1912.
We should have
So
Carl
over
Bisbal on
100
the show.
years ago.
Large amount of time ago.
Over 100.
And there was
years
national
ago.
news about it too.
Show.
Like,
It
I
was
mean, it was like
national?
on the
Bisbal.
news, like continuing.
Have him on the show. Yeah,
Just
have
keep
him on
up
the
with
show.
your story.
Yeah.
We got this.
Continuing to be on the news. Like, it wasn't like a, oh, it happened, whatever. But it, like, happens all the time.
Was it like a watch out or
it was
another
like
one found?
It was like just a true crime, like, case that they talked about on the news.
Okay.
But,
What?
Happened in 1912, you guys. Keep up.
yeah,
Let's go.
June
I
10th,
already knew this.
1912.
Yeah.
So,
I know
Oh,
this case.
shit.
it was in Villisca, Iowa. And there were...
Ow.
Iowa.
Villisca, Iowa.
Villisca, Iowa.
It was in Villisca, Iowa?
Yeah.
Isn't that what the name of the case is?
Yeah,
Villisca?
Villisca
Yeah.
axe murders.
You could have just told me that.
Yeah, but I gotta tell you the, like, full...
Just to give the
name.
background
Okay.
details.
Yeah, okay, and then there was 8 victims. Is it spicy?
SBS. Holy shit. It went down fast as hell, too. It went down and then came back up. No, it just went straight down and burned a path down my throat. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to gag.
Spicy Sprite.
So there were
Spicy
8
Sprite.
people involved.
8 people that died.
Died.
Yes, murdered.
People that deaf.
Deaf. 2 adults and 6 children.
I've had 2 naps.
I just got
Alexis
that.
is the only one
Feral.
staying on time.
I know. She's like, guys, listen.
Stay on task. This is our own little twist. We're just feral the entire
Yeah.
time.
So there was 8 people, 2 adults, and 6 children. There was
The babies.
Joe Moore,
Somebody starts
which was
making like animal noises.
the one adult, the father of 4 of the children
That died.
that died. Yep, he died also. Sarah Moore, which was the mother of the 4 children. There's Herman Moore, who was 11 at the time. Catherine was 10. Boyd was 7, and Paul was 5 when they all died. And then there was 2 people that were staying at their house for the night, spending the night. Was
Those ones make me the saddest.
yeah, the Stillinger sisters
Not
were.
the whole family that just died.
No.
They're too random.
There's a trigger warning to this because there's something that happens to the sister, one of the girls.
Yeah.
Lena Stillinger, which was 12 at the time, and then her little sister Ina, or Ina, I don't know how to pronounce her name. It's Ina, but everyone pronounces it differently. Was
Well,
8.
how did Colby Brock pronounce it?
I don't think
That's
they even
the-
said her name.
That's the real
Wait,
importance of
who
the
was
case.
the 8th person? So we got
Ina.
mom, dad.
You got Herman, Catherine, Boyd, Paul, were the 4 children of the 2 adults. And then the 2 girls were Stillinger sisters, which are Lena and
7,
Ina.
8. Okay.
So
Did you listen to the morbid? Did they say?
I listened to part of it, but not all of it.
Okay. I was gonna say,
But-
typically, if they don't know, they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
They'll do like the Google Translate like stuff. Like,
By the way, I got all of my information from the official website of the house that this happened at, and Colby Brock and Sam
yeah,
Goldbach.
don't leave out Sam.
Sam and Colby.
Sam Crosby.
Sam and
Sam
Crosby.
Crosby.
Sam and Crosby. I
The
like
hockey
Wow.
player. Sam and Crosby. He comments under this. He comments, this is rude. Stop.
Excuse me?
Get out of here.
We'd have to
Sorry.
post that comment on the wall.
Skid and
Our
croak.
most famous comment.
Yes.
So the day before June 9th, Lena and Ina, the sisters, went to church like normal. In this community, it's like I don't know the population at the time, but it's a small town, and like
55.
everyone's like, they're all close. Like it's a close-knit community.
What's funnier than
24.
Yeah, what's funnier than
25.
what's funnier than 24?
25.
I was gonna say 32 for some reason.
38.
There was more than that. It was like a good couple hundred.
Off numbers.
23.
Oh. 72.
Thank you.
You know
Okay.
what's funnier than 48?
49.
72. I thought it was funny.
Shut up. God damn it.
I'm gonna have tears in my eyes. Sorry, y'all. Someone has to be funny on this podcast.
Turned straight to you and I went, shut up, Jenna.
Just so serious.
Shut up, Jenna.
Okay, I'll stop interrupting for now.
For now.
Did you
So-
just lick your microphone?
The amount of times during these episodes I lick my microphone, it's not even
I
funny.
you literally just went.
No.
I actually,
But
I didn't mean to.
I don't want to.
Like I said, the amount of times I do it is not.
Not appropriate.
Start counting. Someone count in the comments.
Making-
how many
making-
times you see me
Put
lick
a
my
little
microphone.
thing across the bottom.
ding, 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 ding.
Jenna licks her microphone. 1.
Every time you say that, I think of a frog like sticking out his tongue and like rolling.
Oh my god, it was like
Yeah.
visual.
I think everyone knew what she was talking about and you still went.
Jenna catches her microphone.
I catch it.
It forgets Spider-Man.
Here, you want it back?
I got it for you. Just 1 second.
Oh my god.
Jenna, can you grab me that over there?
Don't worry, I got you. I turned off the camera and like the audio recorder just with my tongue.
All right, see you later, guys.
So,
The last thing I see is your tongue.
I could see that too on a video, like just a.
I'll start doing that. When we go to stop this one, I'll just walk up and I won't actually look at Jordan.
Run out at full speed.
jump
Might
over
wanna
the
jump
table.
I'm on the table. I trip and eat shit.
Table flips.
I take the camera with me. I'm like, sorry
You
guys.
like sit there for a second, you come up and you lick the camera and walk away.
I'm like right over to you. That's what I thought.
That's what I thought.
Why am I
That's what I
thinking of
thought.
Blue's Clues?
Blue's Clues? What? That make you think of
We
Blue's
are on one
Clues?
today. We literally are on one. We have barely started this case.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, we know
Continue.
who's gonna eat
No, don't be
people.
sorry. People are gonna be giggling.
So, June 9th, 1912, day before the murder.
Over 100 years ago.
They
Yeah.
to death.
Before
Lena,
electricity was
and-
invented.
I'm pretty
Oh
sure
shit, that
that
was before TVs. Sorry.
oh shit, that was before TVs. It was like you had full. You got me crying. My ears were quacking.
Your ears are quacking.
I can't breathe. Oh my fuck.
I think we all need some sleep. Holy crap, I'm literally sobbing. Oh my god. That was before TV.
That was before TV. You got me sobbing. My ears are quacking.
Holy.
All they had was the radio.
Barely
Maybe.
even that.
I was going to
I
say,
don't
did
think
they
they
have
had-
that?
That was like.
When was this?
1912.
They had the radio.
I'm pretty sure. When did electricity was made?
Columbus sail the ocean?
That was long before, Jenna.
1842.
When was World War One?
1895 was the radio.
Okay, so they had radio.
Yeah.
When was
Oh my God.
electricity invented?
Holy shit.
They didn't have TV.
That's so sad for them.
I meant that to be like a quiet side comment.
Yes, we need to.
Microphone's in your mouth. They didn't have TV.
We need to clip that and put that on our TikTok. Please.
They had to use lanterns to go to bed.
It's like the fucking, what is it called?
That's how Jordan
damn
gets
it.
to bed.
They
A
had piss
lantern.
bucket.
No, what was the
Sitting under their bed.
A kerosene
what
lamp.
was that movie?
Harry Potter?
No, what's that one Christmas movie with
Oh,
the guy
the
that's walking around?
Scrooge.
Yeah, she's like walking around with
That's
a
what I.
lantern.
Whenever Jordan says I'm going to bed, that's
We're
what
like,
I
yeah,
imagine.
Scrooge, okay.
Hobble into bed with a lantern.
He's got his little fucking hat on.
His sleeping cap, yeah.
It's got the ball at the side.
He
He's
has,
wearing
like,
a
three.
nightgown.
It's got a
He has
little dangle
slippers.
on it too.
He has like 3 of them.
Yeah,
Do
they
they
all
have
match.
stripes?
Yes. He has a blue one, a red one, and a green one.
Does he wear muumuus?
No, just the sleeping.
We gotta get a moose.
Whatever.
So that is a moo.
Yeah, sure.
We gotta get them light up moo-moos.
Yeah. That sounded so fake.
You're like,
No.
Oh my god, I think my face got sunburnt in the tanning bed because rubbing my eyes is like,
You look.
A little red, ma'am.
my face is burnt. My eyeballs are burnt.
So, to get back on
So,
track,
yeah.
8 people
The second
died
I've
over
done
100
12
years ago. No
times.
TV.
Yep. So day 4, Lena and Ina went to church like normal.
And that's all I heard. I went to church.
Oh, fuck, I'm gonna piss myself, dog.
Holy shit.
I am not repeating that fucking sentence again.
That's okay.
So,
No, I didn't hear what you said.
suck my balls.
You need to watch the episode then.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I can't see anything. My eyes are too. Ew. Ew. That didn't even sound like it. It sounded like you're about to throw up.
That's not what I sound like when I'm about to throw up.
I don't think I know that sound. Jesus
More of
Christ,
a
your crowd's looking fucking jacked, dude. Good
Damn.
lord. Damn.
Oh, I was looking at my
Oh.
BBS
She's
thigh.
looking at her thighs. We're looking at her
The
calf.
muscle just... Sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Me admiring myself. I'm like, God damn.
Look at that leg.
Back to the case. Back to the case.
OnlyFans, here we come.
Ignore me. Keep going. I'm good. I'm so good.
So the 2 girls went to church. It was said that they had planned on having dinner at their grandmother's house afterwards, and we're going to spend the night at their grandma's house.
And read
Survival.
Holy shit. I tried to hold that in so bad.
What happened?
She said, and I said, I want a church girl.
Go to church and read her Bible.
It's a vine. Holy shit.
Oh,
She said,
what happened?
she said church, and I immediately couldn't hold it in. I tried so hard. I was laughing. And I was trying to just like let it go. I was hoping no one would notice. I'm literally sitting there.
No, I saw you.
I
That's why
saw both
started
of you
laughing.
just start like.
I wanted to let you finish your sentence.
Are we still
hold it
at
anymore.
Lana and David? Anna? Iana?
Ina and Lena.
Ina and Lena?
Lena and Ina.
Ina
Eli,
and Lina.
No, we are never finishing this case. We are 23 minutes in.
Are we?
We
Wow.
are 23 minutes in. Okay, we need to suck it up, y'all.
Everyone has to think that we are on drugs right now, and I swear to
promise.
God we are not.
Sober.
So, they'd all planned on spending the night at their. Shut the fuck up.
I'm done. Finish it. Finish
So
it.
the way. Oh my God.
Damn it! Did I miss another good one?
I just said finish it.
Finish it.
Finish it.
Swanton
Finish
bomb
him.
autumn.
Yeah, I need to take a sip of my Sprat.
I think that's a good idea.
I think that's a good idea.
Actually, I think that's a good idea.
Actually, it's good to stay hydrated.
It's great to stay hydrated at these times.
Actually, when your body is hydrated, it just needs more sodium.
Oh my God.
More
I'm gonna get up and
caffeine.
pee in a minute.
I know,
because all
same.
this-
So,
Potty break.
okay, so they all planned on spending the night at their grandma's house after church. But, shut the fuck up. I knew one of you were going to do it. I was waiting.
I'm trying so hard not to look up. Keep going.
After I said church, I was like, one of y'all are going to start laughing. So, Catherine Moore, one of the daughters of Joe and Sarah, had invited the two girls to spend the night after the Children's Day program, which
Church
was
school.
Yeah. It was a Presbyterian church that had an annual event that started at 8 p.m. Children's Day program started at 8 p.m. Supposedly, Sarah Moore, the mother, had coordinated all of the exercises of this event, so of course all of the Moore family was going to be there, as well as the Stillinger sisters. So this event ended at 9:30 p.m.
You said a day program.
I don't know. That's you'd think they would do that.
Think I'd lie?
You'd think I'd lie?
During the day,
Well,
but it starts at
no.
8 p.m.
Yeah.
That's weird for a church, too.
Yeah.
Well,
That's-
I mean,
that's what they
sometimes they
called
have
it.
like the extravaganzas that start at night for the
Mhm.
kids. So.
I don't know.
Wait, no, we weren't back in 1912.
I don't go to church, so I don't know that.
This was a different time.
Different time.
Different time.
Men beat their wives. On
Oh, that was during slavery. That's so sad. You're so right. Men did do that.
And they thought it was normal.
Yeah.
this was a normal occurrence.
They also would send their wives to get lobotomies if they had postpartum depression.
Yep.
I want a lobotomy.
Go grab an ice pick.
I just want to know what it
I'll
feels
just
like.
start.
God dang.
Go grab an ice pick. One of us will hold your head. The other will have the
I want to know
hammer.
what it feels like.
You want to feel a
Jenna?
needle just go straight through your eye into
I
your
can't.
brain? You went, Jenna, stop.
Alexa's like,
Does it
You're
stop.
getting
tickle the-
fucking mommed right now.
Does it tickle the good part of your brain? Though?
Yeah, does it hit that like nerve in your
Yeah.
nose where
Yeah,
you're
it
like
hits
about
the one
to
where you just
sneeze,
can't
but you
feel it no
don't?
more.
Yeah. You have no emotions anymore.
You're
Let's
just a
not talk
shell
about
of a
this.
person.
Let's
You're
not
just a
talk about
shell
this,
of a person.
because I'm going to want to get one. Even more.
So, this event ended at 9:30. Once it was over, the Moore family and the Stillinger sisters walked to their house.
Say their last name again.
Cylinder?
Stillinger.
I keep
Cylinder.
thinking you say cylinder.
Me too.
Cylinder sisters. But they got around. Nope.
Okay.
Yep.
We ignore it.
They got
Ignore
back to their. They got back to their house between the times of 9:45 and 10 p.m. Okay.
It's a late night for you.
Late night.
We're pushing the time.
You'd be asleep on the walk home.
They'd be dragging me.
She'd be like,
I'm
Should
in
be
the
half asleep
wagon.
on the horse.
I was gonna say.
the morning after that they had all got back from the event, it was around 5 in the morning. The Moore's next door neighbor, Mary Peckham,
Peckham?
I'm gonna say Peckham, started doing her morning chores and went outside to hang her laundry.
Her
Laundry.
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 Take the sheets off the line, Billy.
So,
Will.
okay.
Anyways, I'm not giggling anymore.
No.
Not letting the
no
thoughts
laughing
speak.
aloud.
No.
Rue is in the room with us.
No.
Are you French?
No.
Rue is here.
No.
Hello, little girls.
We're going to
The Sanderson sisters.
Huh?
The Sanderson sisters.
Stillinger sisters.
No, but y'all know what I'm talking about.
Hocus Pocus.
Yeah. Sorry.
I couldn't think of it. I was like, I know what you're talking about. Da, 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 da. So many words popped into my brain.
So 5 a.m. Next door neighbor started doing her morning chores. Around 7 a.m. she had realized that the Morse family had not come out of the house to start their chores or feeding the cows or anything like that. What are you doing?
Nothing.
I had a slight suspicion that
Continue
you were going to
with
start
your
laughing.
story.
She's just working with her eyeballs.
It seems.
Why are you judging?
I was giving some scenery behind the story.
What was your... Oh, you trying to do the cows eating?
Cows to Minecraft zombies.
I
sound
great.
like you sound like
great
the
chicken impression.
you sound like a fucked up NASCAR. There you go. Yep.
Anyways,
Set the scene.
Yeah. At 7 in the
do
morning.
y'all feel like you're there?
Yeah. At NASCAR.
Do you smell the shit in your nose?
The manure. The manure.
Manure. So at 7 in the morning, she realized that
You giving birth?
no.
She get a lot louder.
Oh God. Okay. So
It's all you now, honey.
no, you're good. I'm starting to get
Popcorn
I'm
reading?
Really
starting to
missed
get
it.
fucking slap happy. At 7 in the morning, she realized.
For 31
Can you put like a
minutes
timestamp where it's like boom, boom, and it's 7 a.m.?
It's 7.
7 a.m. The cows are mooing and chewing on their munch.
Munch. The cows. The cows are munch.
So, 7 a.m. She realized that the Moore family was not outside doing their normal chores, as in, like, feeding the cows.
Those horses are hungry.
Tending to the farm.
Yes. And she noticed that the house seemed unusually still.
Why did you get so
What was weird?
Why do you like lurch forward?
Because I didn't think that I was going to be able to say the word.
Brakes on you.
Girl, you need to get your brakes checked.
I was like,
Come take her to the
town and take
car
her.
shop. She's getting euthanized. Anyways, it was unusually still.
Yes, between 7 and 8 a.m., she had knocked on the door of the Moore home and got no reply. She went to all of the doors to see that all of them were locked, which is not normal in this town. Everyone kept their doors unlocked. Just
Stupid.
Well,
It's
they
also
didn't
a
really
different
have
time.
they didn't really have serial killers back then.
12. They could probably just take the door
Yeah.
out of the hole.
Get
Mm-hmm.
like the term serial killer until the 1970s.
Mm,
That wasn't
cute.
around until then.
What about
it's
murder?
They had them, but it wasn't as big, and they didn't have like a name for it.
hmm And once she realized the doors were all locked, she had called Joe's brother Ross Moore.
House Lynch.
Yeah. And once he arrived at his brother's home, he had tried the windows, the doors, shouting, and no one had answered the house. Once Ross realized...
home?
Alexis is at the front door.
Let me in, please! Open the door! Open the door!
Who door?
No! That was a Game of Thrones reference, by the way.
Actually, a Game of
Game of Thrones reference, by the way.
Actually, if you didn't know, this is from season 8 of Game of Thrones.
So, we're yelling.
He was
They
dead
aren't
by then.
answering the doors.
Yeah.
Once Ross
He had keys. Don't know why he didn't try them to begin with, but he had keys. He opened the door. Mary had stayed on the porch. She did not walk into the house. Ross continued into the parlor. Once he walked into the room off of the parlor, he had opened the door and saw two bodies on the guest bed, and there were dark stains surrounding them.
Are these some rich people? Because, like, in my head, I was thinking, like...
is like the mudroom.
Like the walk-in room.
Okay. I'm thinking, like,
That's what I'm
rich, like,
thinking. Like
a bar.
parlor. I'm like,
Damn, these bitches rich.
in a guest room?
Oh my god, I didn't realize we got pure Michigan cups.
I know, I saw that. I was kind of
Pure Michigan?
surprised when I saw it.
Yeah.
Michigan?
Pure Michigan mix sweepstakes. What do I win?
Nothing.
Free
A
Dr. Pepper for
camping
life.
vacation.
I already got one of those.
That's in a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
2.5.
2.
Yeah, we have 2 working
Shit.
weeks. Then the following week, we
Hey,
only
we gotta
work
go to the store again.
like 2 to 3 days.
I got 4
Hey,
days.
you can chill out. We're okay.
I got 4 days.
Yeah.
Until Tennessee.
Why do you look so sad?
After witnessing that the bodies were there, covered in dark stains, he went back, told Mary to call the sheriff. The bodies were in the downstairs room, which were Lena and Ina Stillinger. They were sleeping in the guest room downstairs. And the city marshal, Hank Horton, went upstairs and found Sarah and Joe Moore and not sleeping in their bed. They were dead, sorry.
Horton here's a who?
Yeah, so once you walk up to the stairs, you immediately see the bed. Both of them were lying dead.
I missed a huge portion of the story. How did the marshal get there?
He drove. Yeah, they did.
His
1912?
2023 Dodge Challenger.
They had the fucking Model T back then.
1910 Dodge Challenger.
Yeah. But, so, Ross told Mary to call the cops,
Okay,
and
I
he
missed
showed
that.
up.
Okay.
He was the one that saw the family first. Ross was the one that saw the 2 girls.
Okay.
Once the marshal went up the stairs, once you walk up the stairs, you see the bed, which were where the parents were sleeping, now dead. You walked over into the next room, and that's where the 4 children were sleeping. Well, dead now. I keep forgetting that. Sorry. Cricket. Squeak.
Just imagine walking into someone's house.
That was a good
expecting,
one.
Like, oh, maybe they just didn't come home last night.
Yeah.
And you see that.
Yeah. Everyone in the home
To all
was
of
found
you.
brutally
Death to all the
murdered.
youths.
All of their
Wendy
skulls
Williams.
were bashed in.
Bashed in.
Bashed in.
This is an axe murder.
Yes. But there's a thing about the murder weapon.
Okay.
It was actually a spoon.
They just gouged our eyeballs out or something.
No, they banged their head in with a spoon. One
It's
of
a
those
big
thick
spoon.
All you
ones
hear
use
is
for soup.
a ding each time they hit the head. Just they like wake up. They're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And they're like, "I'm trying to kill you. Shut up. Go back to bed." Shut up.
A few more hits.
Just a couple more.
Few more just shh. Boom, boom, boom.
Let me do this.
Give me 2 seconds, man.
Mama, leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
I'm 13.
Do what I want.
When the murders were discovered by the rest of the family, not the family, the town. This was back then, so they did not have the
DNA.
necessities that we fucking have.
Forensics.
Yeah. So back then,
Matthew Gray Goobler.
all of the fucking town went to the house and started fucking around with the case. Like,
I just see someone walking up to the body, lifting up the arm, and it dropping.
I think
Her
that
eyes were cut off.
her legs were cut off.
I finally saw one of those.
One of what?
That
video
video
was
was the sound.
The tiki tacks.
Yeah. So, once the news was spread around that the murders took place at the Moore home, everyone started filing to the fucking house. People started showing
Pause
up.
for dramatic
Yeah.
Play
And
some
full of
elevator music.
curiosity, quickly everything went out of control, and hundreds of people around the town was walking around doing God knows what to the people that were dead in the house. National Guard arrived at the home around 12 p.m. to secure the crime, so no one, so much shit could have happened that no one would have known about.
Like, everyone was in the house, like, touching things, looking at things, messing up.
Fucking
like,
around.
Moving things around.
Then the National Guard
Interfering
was
in the
called?
crime scene.
The Villisca National Guard was called.
Dang.
Yeah. But there were several different facts that they were for sure about the crime scene. It was that they were 8 people that were heads were bashed in and crushed presumably by an axe that was left at the scene and it seemed that they were all asleep at the time of the murder. Other one was that the doctors believed that they were killed shortly after midnight, since they did arrive at their house between 9:45 and 10 p.m. And then the neighbor woke up at 5 in the morning. So in between the time of midnight and 5 a.m. is when they were killed. All of the windows that had curtains were all drawn closed, completely shut, and the windows that were not covered by any curtains were covered by Joe's clothes.
Weird.
All of the windows have been, not the windows, sorry, the mirrors have been covered also. So
Yeah, I forgot about
everything was covered.
That's weird.
Yep.
Mirrors?
Mm-hmm. All the mirrors were covered with sheets. And the victims' faces were covered with bedclothes too, so their bodies were covered also. A lamp was found at the foot of the bed where the Stillinger's girls slept in the guest room. The axe was also found in the room where the Stillinger girls were staying, and it had blood on it, but it looked like it seemed like the murderer tried to clean it off, but obviously didn't do a very good job. They found out that it had belonged to Joe Moore, so they just took the axe from the house and started smashing people. The ceilings in the parents' rooms and the children's room showed hit marks on the ceilings, like they were
Like
just
where they hit-
So like when they
violently
hit them
Like a
and then-
scrape.
going
yeah.
around and hitting shit. But it wasn't like from the blunt end of the axe where you'd swing up and you'd hit it. It was from the blade. So
they were going
they
that far
holding
backwards.
the axe backwards and hitting the people with the blunt end, not the sharp end.
and the way they found out why they were doing it, at least was a theory, was that it was easier to kill them that way. It was quicker, and they didn't want the chance of it getting lodged into their head with the blade.
And having to pull it out.
Yeah, and the only person, I believe, out of the entire house that got the blade was Sarah Stillinger, the mom. And I don't know why for exact reason. They just said that they believe that was the only person that got the blade.
Was she the last one killed, maybe? So he was like, all right.
Maybe
I can
she
have a
was the
little fun here.
first
There-
and he was
I
like,
don't
not
think-
again.
That, or it was either she was the first or the last. Because maybe if she was the first, he realized shit, it's getting stuck.
Yeah.
Other side, boom, boom,
There's
boom.
also another thing in 2 seconds that I'll also talk about that could have been another
So go ahead. option
as to why the blade was in there. All the doors were locked, like I said before, was not normal. Ina, the younger sister, was sleeping next to the wall, while Lena was on her right, according to the inquest testimony of Dr. F.S. Williams. He said that they laid as though she had been kicked 1 foot out of the bed sideways, with one hand up underneath the pillow at the right side, on her right side, half sideways, not clear over, but just a little. Apparently, she had stuck in the head and squirmed down the bed, so it seemed like she'd got hit and wasn't dead,
yeah.
and it was like squirming around. Perhaps 1/3 of the way down. Lena's nightgown, this is where the trigger warning is.
Trigger warning. Twiggle warning.
Lena's nightgown was slid up, and she had no underwear on. There was a blood stain on the inside of her right knee, and the doctors assumed that there was a defense wound on her arm. So she was the only person that
tried
to fight back.
Yeah. Like had a defense wound from
Yep.
fighting back.
The Dr. Lindquist, the coroner, reported a slab of bacon. This is the real fucked up spot. The slab of bacon on the floor near the axe next to the Stillinger girls, weighing around 2 pounds, and was wrapped in what he thought was a dish towel. And they also found more bacon inside the icebox. So,
Actual bacon?
actual bacon.
Like raw bacon.
There was a lamp, like I said before, right next to the end of the bed. Lena was pulled forward and her nightgown was pushed up and she had no underwear on, and there was a chair at the end of the bed. So he used...
They think, right?
Yes, they believe that he used the bacon as like a...
Slimy texture.
Yep. To
To
beat his shit to the girl
To her.
after killing her.
yeah.
Bacon.
Think back. This is 1912. They don't have pocket pussies.
No. So they used raw bacon.
Gotta improvise.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
A slab of freaking bacon.
2 pounds of bacon.
Did they ever do, like, I don't know if they did it back then, but, like, did he...
Sexually
Her?
assault.
I don't think that
They had the testing. to
Probably
see-
not.
that, or I don't think it looked like she was. I think it was more that he was just sitting there and, like, observing her and then doing that while she was just laying there.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. And then Lindquist also believed that Joe was hit, the father upstairs was hit another time after the first blow, because this is an interesting way of how they figured out certain shit, was that there was a shoe on the bottom of the floor next to the bed where the parents were laying. They killed the parents. Blood from Joe had dripped down into the shoe, full of blood. They believed that he had come back up the stairs to hit him again because the shoe was knocked over, had blood inside it and underneath it. So they were like, oh, there's no way that this would have just like fucking
It couldn't
tipped
have
over.
gone in
Yeah.
while tipped over.
Yeah. There's no way that this could have just fell over on its side itself. Like, someone had to have hit this for it to be bloodied everywhere. And that's what also another thing is, that possibility as to why Sarah got the blade was another spot where he could have hit her, instead of just immediately hitting her with the blade and then moving on to Joe. It was like a coming back.
Okay.
Also, there's a theory on where he had came from to kill them, because obviously there's 2 levels of this house. The 2 girls were downstairs and the 6 were upstairs. And it was a creaky ass house. If you listen to the video, it is loud as fuck in there. Like, walking up the stairs, you'd hear it through the entire house.
They have it on video?
Mm-hmm. Because
Like people walking. Like the house is still there today.
you can visit the house.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about.
Oh.
You can visit the house that they were killed at.
Shit.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, you walk in, the girls that are right over here, then there's the stairs, you walk up, and the bed is immediately at the stairs. So either they came from the attic, which was out of the closet, where he could have just gone in from upstairs and hit the 6 upstairs and went downstairs, killed them, and left. But no one knows for sure. I don't think that he just walked into the house and started killing, because there's no way that he wouldn't have woken up the rest of the family. Especially if you're, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like it was more the attic. I guess it would be quicker to kill the most people
First.
and then go to
Yeah.
the 2 that are downstairs.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. And then...
And I think it was just one person.
Yeah. I believe that they've never said anything about it being more than one person. Then... Holy shit, we might actually finish this in one.
I think you probably can.
I probably
just can't be
could.
giggly anymore.
Yeah. The suspects...
No, we're gonna, because if we're not allowed to.
Mm-hmm. There were multiple suspects. There was a main 2 that most people believe it was. The first one being Frank F. Jones. He was a prominent Villisca resident and the Iowa state senator at the time. Joe used to work for Jonas. I don't know how long he worked there or whatever, but it was like a Jones, some kind of store. And Joe then left the Jones store and started his own company, which they just kind of believe that they're more of like a enemy situation, business enemy kind of thing.
Yeah.
But there was also a rumor that Joe was having an affair with Frank Jones, the senator's daughter.
Enemies to lovers.
Mm-hmm. At the time. So it was an extra.
What did you say?
That caught my attention real fast.
Enemies to lovers.
Enemies to lovers?
To then death.
I feel like you said that weird.
And enemies.
Yeah.
And
Enemies to lovers.
Enemies to lovers.
To death.
To death.
To death.
Till death do us part.
So in both of those theories, it goes back to the senator.
Mm-hmm. Both of them were like not obvious, but those were thoughts of why he would want to
why
kill
wasn't
him.
he hung?
I can hear the card game.
No one was ever fully convicted of this crime. This is still an unsolved mystery. Like, no one knows for sure who killed all 6 of them, but they have thoughts of who it is. There's another person that isn't one of the main 2, but he's definitely at the top, is William Mansfield. But the thing with him is that they thought that he was hired by Frank Jones to kill the family. He was also arrested about 2 years afterwards for killing, I don't remember if it was his mom, some family relative, with an axe. So, they thought it was him. He was also the detective on the case. Believed that Mansfield was a cocaine fiend and a serial killer.
A cocaine fiend.
Cocaine fiend.
Oh, I thought you said cocaine fiend.
No, cocaine fiend.
Because he had already killed his mom with an axe.
That was after
That's a good one.
the Villisca axe murder. So it wasn't a full thing. But that was the thought also, is that he was hired.
Well, unfortunately, because of how long ago it is, it's not going to get
No
solved.
one will
Nobody's
ever know.
gonna know.
And then
Unless someone's like, my great grandpa Joe confessed to this on his deathbed.
people still do that.
Yeah. They
About
do it as,
this
like, a
murder.
joke.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, oh, my grandpa confessed.
Sure.
Then
8
there
people
was
died.
Yeah. Then there was another person. This is who I think killed him. Was Reverend Joe Jacqueline Kelly.
Reverend?
Reverend.
Church man.
Church man. He was a
Reverend.
he was a traveling preacher.
I saw that just come.
He was a traveling preacher and was also supposedly a peeping Tom and like a pervert. So that's where you would think that with the Lena Stillinger thing with the bacon, that's why he kind of, you know? But,
Did they interview these people? No?
not really.
Just kind of, all right, there's people dead.
I
no one
mean-
confessing.
In 1912.
I mean, they did have like kind of like a court, but not like what we have now.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to think also they don't have much information.
Yeah, but I'm
Mhm.
thinking like running with pitchforks, you know, to the houses down the street.
That's old. That's like
It's like
1800s.
Shit.
A little bit more similar.
They have cars now. And
Yeah.
the radio.
Okay.
But not TV.
Maybe it was the Peaky Blinders.
There you go.
Hey.
Thomas Shelby.
Thomas fucking
Shelby. But
Hey.
supposedly he was a peeping Tom
Good show.
and
Mhm.
also was mentally unstable. When he was in his childhood, he had a major mental breakdown. So he wasn't,
Reverend.
yes, the
Okay.
Reverend, wasn't fully like,
All there.
Okay. Okay.
Once again, this is the 1912
Mhm.
era.
he
They didn't know
then,
much about mental
no.
illness.
they would give you a lobotomy.
Again, if you had postpartum depression,
They
Depression?
would
depression,
have took one look at me and threw me in the
And you're like,
asylum.
all of us.
After you're a freshman, they give you a
Lobotomy.
Yeah, it's
lobotomy.
it's a rite of passage. Once you graduate 8th grade.
He also
Once you have your period, you have to get a lobotomy.
Yeah.
he left the city and then came back and confessed all of it. Said it was all me.
Reverend did?
Yes, he said God told me to kill all of these people. That's pretty much the base of what he said. He went really into it, but it was more of like
Okay.
God told me to kill all of them.
So why didn't he?
He was arrested and then acquitted afterwards.
What's acquitted?
As in, like, I
Hung?
believe it's just let go, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like,
the
you just
case was dropped.
Why?
Did you say hung?
Yeah.
It's typically
Why?
Like, it was just dropped. Like, he wasn't charged with anything.
Come back, admit to
They
it.
probably, because of that
Not guilty.
because of that mental illness stuff, they probably were just
They
like,
didn't give a shit about that back then.
No.
but
They
they can
didn't.
still call him crazy and say we can't hold him liable for that because he could be, there's still the factor he could be just saying this to get that attention because he's mentally ill. When they see someone who's mentally ill like that back in that time, it's like
You're done. Get
In the
out.
war.
we're gonna kill everyone.
We don't wanna
like,
be
you can't
responsible
trust
for
the
you.
words you say, like even if it's just as
So
simple as
hang
like
'em.
they're saying postpartum depression.
He was also at the Children's Day program where all the girls were.
Dude, hang him.
I know. I really think it was
Shall he be
him.
hung for his crime?
Then there was also another person that I'm not going to go into extreme detail because it is a very... I wouldn't say it was this person, but if you kind of think about it, it might be a random serial killer that would go town to town
Oh, yeah.
on a train and would murder people. And they believed that there was this guy. I don't remember. I think his name was Paul, but it was in the Colby and Sam thingy. Sam and Colby video.
Skim and cry.
And they interviewed the girl that wrote an entire book about it.
Go watch the Skim and Crit Speak video.
Skid and Cribby.
Wrote an entire book about this one serial killer
Skittle Gribbit.
that killed the entire family.
Skittle and Cracker Barrel.
So they're just saying because he's a serial killer, that might have been
Sprite
one
and
of his
Croak.
stops.
They also had like certain spots where it was like kind of understandable. They knew he was there.
Hey guys, go like
But
our YouTube channel.
we're, like-
Sprite and Croak.
I'm leaning towards the Reverend.
So am I.
Sprit and Croc.
But if you want to read that book, it's
Spaghetti and Crackpot.
Man from the Train by Bill James.
Man from the Train.
By Bill James.
Man from the Train by
Yep.
Bill James. Just to show y'all I'm listening. I may be giggling over here, or maybe I'm listening and having a full conversation.
But I'm paying attention.
listening.
Did you not
I'm
hear
listening.
what we said? Go like Spaghetti and Crackpot's video on this.
go like Spit and Crocs video.
Good Lord.
Sprite and Croak.
Sprite and
Go like
Crook.
Skittle and Cracker Barrel's video.
So 8 people dead, 1 person confessing. They let him go, and it's still unsolved.
And then there's also the supernatural part of this entire thing.
Oh,
Why they covered the mirrors.
all right.
So the house
Spiritual aspect.
that I was telling you about that we should all go to,
That we can visit.
that we can visit.
If you're ever in Iwa, go visit.
If you're ever
Visca
in
Ewok.
Ewok Central.
If you're ever in Beliska Ewok, go visit the Beliska at the murder
So
house.
they covered all the mirrors.
They
We're
think
so close to being done.
they thought it was
sounded
like
like
I don't know for sure if it was more of like a kind of
They didn't want to see themselves. Because some
or
people do that when they,
Yeah.
like some serial killers, they would cover the mirrors and cover the people that they were killing's faces so
Yeah,
that it
'cause-
dehumanizes them.
Yep.
Right.
The people they're killing.
But
so
the
then
thing
it's
with
just.
the thing with covering the people is more of like a you've got like empathy towards them.
That's what I'm saying, is it dehumanizes them.
Yeah.
So that way they don't feel that empathy
Yeah.
as much.
But what's the mirror aspect? Supernatural.
the mirror is not involved with the supernatural. Supernatural is just,
There.
I'll tell you.
Let me tell you.
Extremely large amounts of people that have gone to this house went there as like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Paranormal investigators?
No. Skeptics. Yes. Went there as skeptics and left like
Believers
of the paranormal.
Why?
Multiple.
Because, well, if you think about it as like, so say for the people who what?
She went, I'm a believer.
I couldn't leave her if I tried.
For the people that
Anyways.
like believe in that stuff, the people that died, their spirits are trapped in that house.
I get that, but what's making them leave a believer?
The spirits in
The
the house.
Everything
Paranormal
that
stuff
happened
that's
to them while
happening
they were
to
in
them.
there.
Like what though?
Some people were scratched, touched,
Yanked.
burned. Some have walked in there and was completely mentally drained to the point where they were like, I need to get the fuck out of here, or I'm gonna like pass the fuck out or something.
Didn't people would see the entryway mirror? They would see things in that entryway mirror.
I don't
you're
know
right.
for sure.
Is
Possibly.
it just a house
Because
that
they-
you walk through?
You can do
You
like
can
a
stay there.
walkthrough, or you can
Or-
spend the night there.
Yeah. Because I feel like I remember somebody they did where you turn the lights off, but you have the one kind of that you're holding the candle, and you stare at yourself, and then you start to see things behind you. I think they did that in the Sam and Colby video.
I don't remember if it was
In
that
that
video or
Watch
not.
the Skittle and Cracker Barrel video and tell us.
In that big mirror.
I say let's
I think
visit
you're
it.
right.
I say we do it.
I'm slightly skeptical. I believe it, but I'm
Oh,
slightly
Alexis.
skeptical.
And multiple people have also caught voices. So they take certain little, I can't remember what are the names, but
No.
EVP or
Oh,
what the fuck
EMF.
is it called?
No,
That's
EMF is the light.
it starts with an S.
Sam and Croak.
No,
I get what you're talking about, though.
it's
I've
a
seen like the
box
ghost
where
hunters.
it's like a recording
Spirit
box,
box.
spirit
Yeah.
box. So you can do that, and it's gonna go through all the radio, and it's gonna say certain words from the spirits.
Did they? No, that's with. No, that's with someone else. Did anyone, when they were there, do where it's like, say this is a recorder, this is my pump? Or like, is there anyone like, what's her name? Ina? The daughter?
Ina.
Is like, is Ina here with us? And nobody talks. Who did this person kill you? Nobody talks. And then they play it back, and sometimes they'll hear like, yes, no.
Right.
I don't know if they did that one specifically. I think it was more
Just
the
the
spirit
spirit
box
box.
than that. But multiple people heard voices, not just Sam and Colby, but like reviews,
Other.
people from random people that went to this house, or full on like TV show people that went to this house. Ghost Adventures went there.
Zach Bagans.
BuzzFeed did a video on this also. Yep. And there was a whole ass fucking movie made about this case.
Really?
But yeah, so very
Yeah.
haunted. A lot of websites and news videos.
Don't mind that.
I won't say like I'm not a believer because I definitely am,
Mhm.
but like
Not fully to
no,
the point
I'm
where
just
it's like
curious. Like, what is it that you're? I don't know. I'm just weird. Like, if you come in
I
here
think
with a
you-
broken leg or a missing leg, I'm
Yeah.
gonna be like, what happened?
I think
What'd they
you
do?
should watch Sam and Colby.
Yeah.
I've watched a few of their stuff.
The Velisca one was actually kind of fucking insane.
Me and
You might wanna
Alexis
watch
were
that
gonna
Let's
be in
one.
watch it.
Let's watch it. We'll watch it
Yeah.
after this. But yeah, multiple people were touched, scratched, everything. The person that lived there, not lived there, but he's kind of like the homeowner. He takes care of it and does
Like the
tours.
caretaker of the
Yeah,
house.
pretty much. Multiple times he was like cleaning the house, and he was upstairs in the closet where the children were staying.
Oh.
And he heard someone walk into the house, heard footsteps through the entire house, heard them walk up the stairs, heard them walk into the room, and he was like, oh, these are like teenagers, I'm gonna scare the fuck out of them, like just like a normal occurrence. He jumped out of the closet and not a single fucking person was there. But he heard them walk through the entire house into the room that he was staying at.
Damn.
Like, heard the footsteps, felt the footsteps too. It wasn't like I
Just
can
a
hear it. He
noise.
could
It was
feel
like-
the footsteps walking past him. And he jumped out there and no one was there. And that was not just a one-time thing. That was like multiple times he would do the same thing and he would not see anyone.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I want to learn more.
We'll watch the video.
Well, watch the video. There's more than what I'm saying on here. They do like full-on like interviews
yeah.
and they'll go through all of the supernatural parts of it. They'll talk about everything I just talked about. We'll watch it afterwards. It's a lot more interesting than what I just fucking said.
No, that was interesting. I mean,
But yeah, fun
wow.
times. Not really.
Well, good story. Unsolved mystery.
Yeah. I love that case. Like, I love listening. And like
I
really
love that.
You're like a mom after a play. I love that.
Oh my god, my little
You did
Jimmy
so great, honey.
good.
Okay.
All right. Well then.
Well,
that
thank
was it. We
you.
will see you guys. Hopefully you guys don't get annoyed with how much we were.
Yeah, we're laughing a
Laughing.
little too much, but it's okay.
It was
That's
a good
humor.
night.
Next episode will probably be hopefully be a little bit more put together. Not on croak.
We'll see.
I may be phoning in.
But we'll see you. Be sure to like all of our socials: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, and Spotify.
X now, actually.
Yeah. It's
Twitter
not-
is
Yeah,
changed
Carter
to
was
X.
telling me about that shiz. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like Twitter.
We'll
So-
see you
I never
guys
really
next
read
time.
Twitter, but, like,
Love
Thank
you.
you.
Toodaloo,
Bye.
bye.